Uzi Vert, Tasmania Show.
Tasmania Show.
Tasmania Show.
Tasmania Show.
Tasmanian Show.
Tasmanian Show.
Tasmanian Show.
You already know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Today, we talking about Jay-Z's 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. It is now available on vinyl at Target, but everybody's got an issue with it. Jay-Z's been doing a lot. He got the Roots Picnic freestyle. He had the GQ interview. He said that he was playing offense this year. He literally made the announcement in the interview and then went through with the rollout. Yankee Stadium, all those different things. So right now, Jay-Z's got the pop-up. He had the Book of Hove Library a couple years ago back in New York. But right now, he's doing pop-ups. He's taking over the train. He's got his fro out, the secret documentary with Beyonce combing his hair out, Blue Ivy. The family's looking beautiful. Let's take a clip. Let's take a look at this clip right now of Jay-Z with the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. I'm feeling it. Yo, that joint, I ain't gonna hold you. The nostalgia, like lately in the last year in hip hop, the rollouts from the clips went crazy with the Let God Sort 'Em Out, Cardi B on the trains. You got Jay-Z. I'm talking about full album rollouts. You see 9-6 and Forever, Rockefeller. I'm feeling it. Like, yo, that's a great body of work. Now, there's a lot of people that have said, Jay-Z said it's his best body of work. 96, the album drop. It's his first album, critically acclaimed. Well, it wasn't critically acclaimed when it came out. He was independent. He didn't get signed. So it's so many different things that comes with this. But the person that was by his side when it happened, Biggs, Dame, and everybody, Dame said that don't nobody care about Reasonable Doubt. So let's take a listen to this clip. Let's see what Dame got to say about Reasonable Doubt. Yeah, I don't, man. Dame is always like, I guess what is crazy is Dame has been such a tastemaker that it's like he'll say, don't nobody give a fuck. You can't really say that. That's subjective. You can't say no one gives a fuck about Reasonable Doubt. People discover music at all different times of their life. Like, it's just different times. Like, you could say, like, Joey Badass, when he came out, and still to this day, like, just the type of music, like, you feel like you're in a, like, even Boom Boom Boom, Griselda, West Side Gun. There's eras in music where you can kind of feel the nostalgia. What's his name? Nick Grant. Shout out to Nick Grant. Like, this, like, certain people like have that. So for him to say that it's not relevant, man, that pop up, the train, the way that the jackets, like the everything, it's really, really good branding rollouts. And even Drake dropping a block of ice in Toronto. I'm like, we are back at the era where the rollout matters, not the bubblegum rack, not the gimmicks, not none of that. But academics, he has something to say. He's been having something to say. The Grand Wizard chat situation, academics TV being sued, all types of stuff. He's been talking about Jay-Z and everybody. But here's a clip of Act talking about Jay-Z.
That's some power, people. I'm sorry. I don't want no parts of going at Jay, Alex Spiro. I apologize to all of Jay-Z's kids. What one of them named Ruby or something? Hey, listen, you got it. What the fuck? Jack?
Yeah, we used to live in an era before social media. There was just a different level of respect. I think even the Rock Nation brunches, and it's been so many different things. It's like you really gotta be mindful of who you surround yourself with. If you are in a bag of lemons and there's one molded lemon, you getting molded. 6 degrees of separation is real. And sometimes you got to detach yourself to elevate yourself. Think about when Jay-Z was rebranding himself and he's wearing the button ups and he's doing the different things like this. In order to ascend, like you got, what did Nipsey Hussle say? Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. And when someone says what someone is doing is corny and they're not a part of it anymore, I bet it might look corny, but Jay-Z and his business acumen and what he's doing has been progressive. A lot of people have been having issues with Jay-Z partnering with Target with his new release of his album, but J. Cole, for the fall off, he just did an exclusive release with them. Who else did an exclusive release with Target? I mean, J. Cole. I mean, we could even just leave it there. J. Cole just did one. And a couple months ago, well, not even a couple months ago, I forgot how long ago it was, if we even kept doing it. I remember it was just, I woke up one day and it was just like, black people need to boycott Target. And you know, they said that we spend 17 million, 7 million a day. I don't know, as black consumers at Target. And they started to show that when whatever was going on with the government and Trump supporting something went down with Floyd, I'm about to say Floyd Mayweather, George Floyd, my fault. George Floyd, where he was murdered at, is where the Target headquarters is. And so people are not having an issue with Jay-Z releasing a vinyl. It's like he damned if he do, he damned if he don't. You know what I'm saying? You take a knee, Colin Kaepernick in the NFL, and then he goes and then what if he, Jay-Z always said that he liked to bid on the underdog. You know, for example, when he did the Samsung deal, he could have went Apple, but he went Samsung. He could have went Nike, he went Reebok. It's like if everybody's anti-Target, maybe Jay-Z's just trying to show how he can still push the needle forward. He's always kind of been disruptive in that sense. So it's really dope to see an OG, showing people, how it goes and everything like that. But I'm gonna play this clip of a couple of different people talking about the actual situation with Target and why we boycotted it in the first place and why everybody has an issue with Jay-Z partnering up with the Reasonable Doubt release of his vinyl.
Target on January the 24th said that they were rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion. On January 25th, I was out with my organization, We Are Somebody, saying, okay, you do this, we're going to boycott you on February 1st. Called up my sister, Tamika D. Mallory T. We got the roll. She didn't ask no questions. We rolling. And we talked to Pastor Jamal Bryant on the faith side. He said, let's do the Target boycott. People started to conflate I'm sorry, the Target fast. People started to conflate the Target fast with the boycott. What's the difference? That's the simple. The fast is an action for faith to bring faith leaders in. It was aligned with Easter and how Lent, and we're supposed to give up some stuff. And it was the pastor's way of creatively bringing in the faith community, which was a good idea. The boycott is the movement itself. It's the umbrella. The fast was an action. So the fact that people conflated that and then left the sisters on the sideline, myself and Tamika Mallory. And we said the boycott is not over. The boycott is not over. As Charlamagne just laid out, there's some local leaders in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. Nakima Armstrong and Monique. Yeah, them. And the reason why I say that is because they malign me and my sister Tamika's name, and it's just ridiculous that they would do something like that. But they said they started the boycott. We got all the receipts. What different? Right. Why are they making that a point of contention? First of all, Target is a national corporation. So we got people in D.C. who has stood out. The D.C. Boycott Coalition, ever since the boycott started, they stood in front of the busiest Target in the District of Columbia every single Saturday. They put their body on the line. They can claim that they started it too. Target is it's a national chain. So why do they get any more claim than anybody else? Myself and Tamika and Pastor Brian, we are national leaders. So for the record, I need people to go check the receipts, but I also need you to. Why did we pick? Why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John?
So yeah, in that clip, she breaks down a little bit more about why the boycott started to begin with. But there's been a lot of things going on when it comes to the Reasonable Doubt album specifically because of the shares between Dame, Biggs, and Jay-Z. And when Dame says, his shares and what he gave away, we got to be clear. Like, if Jay-Z isn't the sole owner of Reasonable Doubt, he probably isn't even the person that's making the decision that it should go there or not. And regardless of whatever it is and what's going on, I'm not saying that he doesn't have any say in it, but it's like people are always going to have something to say. It's like, so now Jay-Z is wrong for going to put his album into his record album, his vinyl album in Target when black people never stopped boycotting. Niggas still been spending money, so we can go in there and spend the money. You got people that go to Chick-fil-A that don't believe in the Christian faith. There's some people that just have business practices and principles that people love to conveniently move the goalposts when it makes sense. And it's like, yo, it's violent. Niggas is always gonna have something to say, period. But here's another clip of somebody else, talking a little bit more about the backlash. Like, I get it. But it's like, yo, Jay-Z, like, it's like, not too much on him for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the same people that's probably talking shit about Jay-Z going to Target and being black, you probably was in there buying soap because you didn't feel like driving to Walmart and you didn't want to go wherever you had to go. So let's take a listen to this clip before we get out of here.
Why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order, Amazon's out of order? Is we wanted to go, the African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the black business. $2 billion, drum roll. And it starts December of 2025. When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. And I don't know any black business that amasses that much money in any singular day. A day. Number three, Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Number four, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of black people. They have 400,000 black people on payroll and don't honor us. So if we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days that shows the data. This is the impact.
I ain't gonna hold you. $12 million a day. The black dollar is crazy. Like, why don't we control wealth and don't own anything, but we can spend? We're so much consumers. It's frustrating. But I know there's got to be a method to the madness. If we spend that much money in Target, then maybe Jay-Z is like, well, since black people already going to Target and since you up in there, why don't you just buy Reasonable Doubt so that we can get that money back? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a method to the madness, but you can't please everybody. So people are going to have something to say about, I can't believe this, but it'd be the same people, the same hypocrites that's saying, like, you shouldn't go to Target, but be in Target. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. And I think that people just do whatever's convenient. I've just noticed a lot of times it's like a lot of fake stuff going on. I try my best to master my energy, stay pure, stay true, live in my truth. But you're not going to be able to please everybody. It doesn't matter what's going on. Jay-Z's locks is weird. I just think, in order to get to that level of ascension, you got to have, when you're that high up, you got to have someone that keeps you grounded. And it's like, Jay-Z has not been one of those artists that has went off on the deep end and just lost himself. I think the craziest thing we ever saw from Jay-Z in a personal spat was the situation with Solange in the elevator with Beyonce. Like, just on a personal tip. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the first time we really got some personal experiences, it was really dope to see him and Beyonce in the Secret commercial and the hair and see him out and about touching the people and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm not that, it's not that deep to me. Like, I'm not going to front and sit here like I just didn't go to Target and that I'm less pro-black because of what happened to George Floyd, because I went like, it's like, if we going to have to stick together in solidarity, like Martin Luther King, whatever, if we're really going to try to make an impact or a change. But I feel like there's a method to the madness. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are y'all tripping about Jay-Z dropping a Reasonable Doubt album in Target right now? Like, or did y'all know that we spent $12 million as black people? Like, do you think that reasonable doubt is relevant? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's go.
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon, damn. All your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.